So we all know that Netflix has not been handling their service in the best way lately, but I would be lying if I didn't say that a lot of the animated series they're funding fucking slaps. Castlevania, Kippo, hell, even Arcane. Whatever they've been doing in this department, it's safe to say that they're... oh, wait. Anyway, so Cyberpunk Edgerunners just came out and has been met with really favorable reception. And very few series in recent memory impressed me like Edgerunners did. And that's saying something since I've seen well over 200 plus anime. But seriously, no one expected this series to be as good as it did, since, you know, the game didn't have the best kind of reputation. To be fair though, the game is still good if you look at it with normal expectations, but that's a conversation for another video. So you might be asking, why did this one in particular impress me so much? And I would say, it's just fucking awesome. Cyberpunk Edgerunners is about a young kid named David Martinez. After a very short intro to his struggles of being bullied and trying to follow his mom's hopes and dreams of getting a good education and setting him on the path to success. But not too soon after, spoiler alert, his mom dies in a drive-by shooting on their way home due to a lack of insurance of all things. After grieving and being neglected by the system, like many others in Night City, he comes across some military-grade cyberware that his mom was about to sell off before she died. And in this universe, to have any cybernetic mods, people need to undergo surgery by certain professionals named Ripper Docs to equip them. So what does David do? He goes down to the Ripper Doc, straps that shit to him, and beats his bully's ass. Later on, after being hunted down by his mom's client, Maine, instead of giving the cyberware back, he convinces them to let him join as a fellow mercenary, introducing him to the world of cyberpunks. See, the thing I loved about David was he's just kind of a punk, but he's got guts. He's taking the path he wants instead of the one his mother tried to pave for him. Whether that's for better or for worse is for you to see. And I think David not wanting to sell out and try to find his own way in life speaks on a level that most people can relate to. Also, seeing him use his cyberware and constantly get more mods was just badass. And don't get me started on the other characters. We got a spunky lolly. The badass leader that's built like a tank, the hacker chick that barely speaks, and the leader's GF we barely really get to know, and the love interest Lucy, but more on that later. They all just mesh so well together to the point that I don't think I ever got tired of watching them interact with each other. I appreciated the dysfunctional family aspect to where they felt like they've known each other for years even though that's not really the case. Point is, there's some damn good characters. Oh, did I also mention how great the world and animation is? You know, I never would have thought that Trigger would be the ones to do this world so well, since they usually specialize in more over-the-top planet-shattering stuff. But I gotta say, they killed it. It may not be exactly like the game, but they truly captured the grittiness of the world of Cyberpunk, while also showcasing the jaw-dropping neon color palette of Night City. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect this much nudity for some reason. Like, it felt so unrealistic at times. Put some damn clothes on! But anyways, if the series didn't have these details, I feel like it would detract from the experience, cause it shows just how adult the cyberpunk world is. Now, spoilers ahead, cause I gotta talk about the ending for a second. So, I'm gonna be real with you guys. After I watched my girl Rebecca die, and David sacrifice himself to save Lucy, it felt unreal. But I love that Lucy had such a tough upbringing and finally found the love of her life, only to have that, like everything else, taken away from her. And my god, the moon scene broke me. I swear I was sitting there staring at my blank TV for like a solid 20 minutes after it ended. It was one of those moments where I got so attached to the characters that I didn't want to say goodbye to them. But man, I would be lying if I didn't say it wasn't a damn good ending, even though I still have that empty feeling. And to all you saying that it's like a Kame ga Kill, it's not. Because the Kame ga Kill was trash. Oh, and the soundtrack is probably one of the best I've heard in a while. It's got such a variety, from heavy techno to even punk sounding songs that sound ripped straight out of a Tony Hawk game. Overall, the music was awesome, but nonetheless guys, from the first episode to the last, this series is a constant high-octane gore fest that rarely lets off the gas. And when it does, you get fantastic character development that usually wouldn't be expected in a series so short. Some of my favorite moments were just enjoying the crew getting to know each other and seeing them pull off their bounties of sorts. And the relationships David develops with Maine, Lucy, and the rest of the gang felt like he found a new home since he practically was alone without his mom. It was nice to see some heartwarming stuff in such a gritty world that really doesn't care about anyone but the rich and powerful. Kind of like the real world. No, but seriously, because I feel like it's hard to make a series this edgy and raunchy while also making us take the core plot and characters seriously. And in such a short time too, since the series is only like 10 episodes. But that's also to its detriment too. Since this series is so short, it can feel as if we're jumping from time skip to time skip, and a lot of situations and characters could have been fleshed out a lot more. Because in my opinion, I feel like this could have been a 24 episode series. But to be honest, its short length never impacted my enjoyment of the series as I watched it. And other than that, that's really my only complaint. So overall guys, Cyberpunk Edgerunners was a blast, and an anime that will stick with me for a while. So I'm gonna give it a 9. It's got great characters who meshed well together, a world that on its own could have carried the show, and an ending that, even though it keeps me up at night, will forever be ingrained in my memory. It may have the issue of speeding through the story at times, and like I said, I wish it was a bit longer, but it never hindered the experience. Plus, this is the sole reason me and thousands of other players got back into the game. In conclusion, series like Cyberpunk Edgerunners remind me why I'm an anime fan. It showcases the best of what the medium has to offer and is truly one hell of a ride, and one that I won't forget for some time. Anyways guys, I want to hear what you think. Did you like Edgerunners, or did you just think it was alright? Let me know down in the comments. And did the anime make you pick Cyberpunk back up? Cause it sure did for me. Also, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like and consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel. And lastly, don't forget to follow me on Twitter since I post all the updates on the channel there. Okay, well that's all for me. Thanks guys. Later.